Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. From Switzerland.
Switzerland?
France.
France? Germany?
Hi, from Italy.
Nice to meet you all. Excuse me. Been outside in the sunshine. It's a little, it's lovely out there, but.
Was it hard to become a new role after playing such a science fiction icon on TV?
Play another role?
Yes.
No, because it's it's fun playing playing this number 6 characters. But as an actor, you want to play other characters too. So it's an exciting challenge. It's not. And number 6 is kind of very specific. So I've played humans since then. And
everybody sees you first of number 6, or because the hair. You've changed the hair. Is that because of this role? The difference.
No, in the beginning, my hair was dyed white for the show, but then it all fell out in chunks, and so the rest of the season, half the series was a wig. So I had my own hair underneath. I'm glad now. At the time, of course, I didn't want to dye my hair white because you have to keep dyeing it back for any. White hair really only works for a robot, a stripper, or a pop star. You can't. There's not too many lawyer roles or cop roles or anything that has that kind of hair color. So I had to keep changing it, and it's just very hard on your hair. So, but looking back on it, I think it's great because that is such a character that I don't look like that in my own life. And if I went in to try and get another job looking like that, I think it would be a lot harder. To be separated from the show.
How did you construct her as a character with the physics science and other? How do you imagine her, construct her?
For me, it was very important in the beginning to make her. She had to be very human in a way because she infiltrated the humans. If she was odd and this weird, people would know and wouldn't have let her. Gaius wouldn't have kind of opened up to her. And also with the sleeper agents, like the Boomer agent, who she had to be human because otherwise nobody would have believed her as they wouldn't have let her kind of get through the academy and become a pilot and all that kind of stuff. So to me, it was much more. It was similar to the replicants in Blade Runner, more so than the Terminator in Terminator. We didn't want her robotic at all. But because my character was the Cylon that we knew of from the very beginning, it was important for me that she was very human, but yet there was something odd about her, just enough not to make people think, get her away from me, but enough to make people just feel a little uneasy. And so for me, that was movement. People, I talk with my hands, you do that, and I wanted her to be much more, moves with a purpose, and I found her kind of cat-like. So she moves, she's a little bit more, maybe in control, a little bit more, and it worked with the seductive 6, but it also worked with the other 6s where, she was just, and she'd study people, it was eye contact, and to me it was like a processing, she's processing things, she's thinking things through, and so it was very important for me to have eye contact, maybe a little bit more so than a human would. Because it makes you a little uneasy if you just keep staring. And if you maybe look a little, and that to me was a lot of the beginning of number 6. And then with the other characters later on, with the Natalie, who had a different, more of a leadership role in the 4th season with one of the side of the Cylons, she was a little bit more expressive with her body or that type of thing because she wasn't, depended on how much contact they had with humans, how much kind of what their job was, what their focus was, is how their individual personalities would develop.
Edward James Olmos stated about the upcoming TV movie The Plan. When Battlestar fans see The Plan, they're all going to have to go back and watch the entire series again. What did he mean by that?
I think it's the series was much more from the human perspective. The plan is much more from the Cylon perspective. And it also fills in things that you don't necessarily have time to explore during the series. So, it covers things like on the resistance on Caprica in the very beginning with Sam Anders. It shows kind of what they were dealing with. Instead of, in the series, Starbuck arrives, they're there, they fight a few things, and, she rescues them. It shows what they were going through before Starbuck even arrived. Their desperation. Sam Anders kind of taking a leadership role of the resistance, but not feeling sure about it himself, that kind of thing. Or in the first season, there's an episode, 6 Degrees of Separation, where I have a character, Shelley Godfrey, that she's only in one episode, and then she disappears off the ship. And I know that the fans, how'd she get off the ship? Well, you see how she got off the ship. So I think that's what he means, is it'll fill in things where you'll go, oh, how did that happen again? And you'll go back and you'll want to watch the episode to see what exactly, how that piece fit in.
Your husband is an entertainment lawyer. Is it good or is it bad for your career? Because the producers will have, oh God.
Well, most of the time when I'm starting a new project, they don't know who's my attorney, because he's an attorney, and we don't have the same name. We don't have the same last name, so it's not like he picks up the phone and says, "Hey, I'm Tricia's husband. I'm Tricia's attorney," and. But he's not working in a firm right now. He's actually working at a radio company with mergers and acquisitions and deals and stuff. So he's not at a talent firm, so they don't necessarily know.
He's not working for you.
He works for me. He does my deals, which is great because he's an incredible attorney. So not only does it save me money, but I know he has my best interests at heart. And so I trust him, implicitly with the contracts, and he also is a lot more understanding. He says he's actually more understanding now, because he used to be at a firm where he would do talent deals between. He was always more from the production side. Most of the deals he did were between financing and production, but then he would do some talent deals, but always representing the production. And he said he's a lot more. Understanding to the talent side of it now, having been in a relationship with the other side, and just things like, for instance, the hair. I knew my hair was going to fall out because I'm a female that has dyed my hair for many, many years and had a modeling career that had all different, I had all different colors of hair. You're working with producers, which I love the producers on Battlestar. I worked very well with them, but at that time, that